Jason has a radar for that stuff. He's like, someone's getting onto my camp.
I'm gonna go stab you.
Here we go again. We are back with another episode of Comic Books and Cold Ones. We are your favorite beer podcast with a comic book problem. This time we have a spooky comic book problem, as I am joined, as always, by the best co-host today. He or she'll be known as Pamela Yekis. How are you? I went with the mother. She's the main character.
I went with Yay Senor He's, and you didn't get it.
Yes, Senor He's. Well, I didn't even see that there. Oh, there it is. I don't read that part of it, so I like yours better. Yason Yorhees. Yexon Yorhees.
I was gonna go with Kamak Crystal Lake Camp Kamak Lake.
Yeah, this one's hard to name us after for sure.
Well, welcome back, everybody. It's October, and that means we get to cover one of our favorite topics, Boogity books in Beer-tober bitches, because that's where we're at here now, and we're going to be covering a spoogity book and a spoogity themed beer to go along with said comics and beer to enjoy. And K-Mac chose one for us to read that is more mainstream to the horror world this time than the antiquarian things that I'm used to digging up for us to read. This one is more on topic because this October we had what occur on a Friday?
We had Friday the 13th occur on a Friday, and then our initial attempt to record this was going to be on Friday the 13th, but other beer drinking, fun things occurred, so we pushed it off a couple of days, but, we had the intent, and that's what counts.
You know what? The only thing scarier than a Friday the 13th in October is?
What's that?
When Friday the 13th occurs on Halloween.
Oh, interesting.
It's gonna be the spookiest when that happens.
Scariest Halloween ever.
Friday the 13th, Halloween is gonna be scary. But to do Friday the 13th, of course, we had to cover something Friday the 13th. And what did you choose to cover for us?
Well, so we are gonna read an actual Friday the 13th comic book. Apparently, there have been a couple of appearances of Jason Voorhees in the comic books, but not really ever until 2007, from what I could find, an actual Friday the 13th comic book. And this one was published by Wildstorm Comics. So that's the Jim Lee comic book line, if I remember correctly, where he took all his Image stuff to DC.
Yeah,
right?
and they were officially under the DC banner, under the Wildstorm banner at the time. So that's exciting stuff. But to kick this all off, we have some pleasantries, of course. If you like what you're listening to, email us at cbcopodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up at TweetX at cbco_podcast. Like all our spoogity books and spoogity beers on Instagram, comic books _cold ones. And any shout outs today?
Of course. So we are going to shout out to this little place called Council Bluffs, Iowa, for downloading one of our recent episodes. Shout out to you. Quick Googling of Council Bluffs, Iowa. I learned that the very first craft brewery opened there, I guess recently, maybe, I can't tell, but it's called Full Fledged Brewing. So I'm just going to assume someone from Full Fledged Brewing listen to our show and they're like, we got to find out about beer and comic books. Where can we do that? Here, of course. Looks like it opened in 2019, Council's Bluff, Iowa. So they are in a passionate pursuit of beer, better beer, which we can appreciate.
I assume somebody went out, got themselves beer from Full Fledged Brewing and sat on the bluffs overlooking the Missouri River.
Yep.
Put on our podcast on their favorite little cell phone device and listen to this as we talk to them over. So.
Yeah, but it looks like for a time too, Council's Bluff was the eastern terminus for the Union Pacific Railroad.
Yes, and
beginning 1963,
and they have a dedicated monument called the Golden Spike, which is like a mini Washington Monument obelisk.
Oh, cool!
To mark milepost 0 of the Union Pacific.
Nice. It looks like a nice little town. They have a railroad museum. Like you said, they have that monument, lots of trains, and they have Did you say Lake Manawa? Is that what you were saying
Oh, I didn't
before?
say a lake,
Oh,
but
I thought you said they were on the cliffs overlooking
Lake
something.
Missouri, the Missouri River.
The Missouri River.
Yes.
Okay. They also have mini golf called Pirate Putt. Check it out. It's a place to go. After the brewery, of course. Brewery, then Putt Putt.
They do have a lake, Carter Lake, which may be close enough to Crystal Lake for our discussions today. And
Good enough.
hopefully people have not been murdered in mass in Carter Lake. They have at Camp Crystal Lake. Do you know where Camp Crystal Lake is located?
Is it in Illinois?
No.
No. Tell me where it is.
Accordingly, the one where they filmed the movie is in New Jersey.
Really?
So canonically, Camp Crystal Lake is in New Jersey. We have yet to have a download from New Jersey, so maybe this will change it if we. And the only one person I expect to download it because after he's done all murdering people.
Yeah. New Jersey, stop being lazy. When you get done with murder, need something to do.
So hopefully Jason does not listen to this podcast and track us down to murder us for our comments about said comic book based on his life.
Yeah, I
or
hope not too.
afterlife. However,
It doesn't seem like he's too savvy with the tech. He's more good with hand tools. That's his thing.
And just straight crushing people.
Yeah, crushing and smashing and smushing and stabbing. Yeah, and drowning too. Drowning is a good skill of his.
But to get this going, we need a Boogity book we have and a Boogity beer. And we are recording together today, so we were able to drink the same Boogity beer.
Yeah, this is the first time, except for the, well, I guess we drank some of the same flight beers when we did this together last, but this is the first time we're each drinking the same single beer.
Yes, and only single beer for Boogity Books and Beer-tober too.
Yes,
and we are going with a appropriately themed beer from Virginia, Devil's Backbone Brewing Company, a beer inspired by the metalcore band Gwar. And this is a blood orange IPA going by the name of Blood Geyser.
Yes, definitely appropriate. You couldn't have a more appropriate beer. Well, so I did drink a beer at Florida Avenue Brewing recently that was called Crystal Lake Crush. It was a good beer. It was an IPA, but it definitely doesn't have the blood geyseriness of this beer at all. So this is definitely something that is absolutely appropriate for this show.
And reading from the Devil's Backbone website, for all you thirsty fans, Gwar has heard your call and have now partnered up with Devil's Backbone to create a true intergalactic elixir of the gods. Behold, Blood Geyser. I believe that's anti-galactic blood orange IPA from Gwar and Devil's Backbone, designed to save the planet from being sucked dry by bohaps. The delicious swill is brewed to the specific gravity of blood using hops, blood orange, and pure Berserker Rage. And they do have the Berserker Rage track queued up for you to play on the website for 4 minutes of Gwar.
Oh, so that's a Gwar song.
Yes.
Interesting. Oh, Jason definitely just play some Berserker Rage.
If I were going to go with a band that Jason would like in life, Gwar is going to end in the top 10.
Oh, for sure. Maybe top 5.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah.
Kings of the Stage Show. I've never seen them live, just videos.
Either. Yeah, but they definitely put on a show, that's for sure.
Where is Gwar the band out of?
Oh, Crystal Lake, New Jersey.
No, this is the reason they teamed with Devil's Backbone, and they're out of Richmond, Virginia. I would have thought they were someplace northeast, but no.
Well, it's pretty close, but yeah, you're right. Not
upper
actually in the northeast, yeah.
Kings of the costume play in playing metal.
For sure. Definitely better than Insane Clown Posse as far as the costume performances go.
Clearly.
And talent.
Clearly. So, let's crack this open.
We got to crack these open, yep. All right.
Just pouring it out here, and it is not bloody red. It's more of a rosé all day. Which, okay, Gwar, you can get away with the rosé. And I don't know exactly what the specific gravity of blood is. If that's something I can look up to test here. So the specific gravity, the pH of blood is 1.048 to 1.066. Doesn't say anything about specific. Is the specific gravity of blood and plasma at 4 and 37 degrees, the relative density. So,
all right, so maybe they brewed it at those degrees.
That's what I assume. Yeah.
Nice. Well, hey, right? Great. Good for them. Good for Guar. Right. All right. So,
Cheers, my friend.
cheers to you. Orangey.
Very orange,
Very orangey.
refreshing.
Yeah. I expected to be a little heavier, maybe. I don't know.
I expected fire, fury, and smoke.
Yeah.
And this
Considering
fit blood.
Guar.
It was
Yeah.
Guar.
So, yeah, it's like great in name. Um, we'll have to give it a little bit longer
Yeah.
to see what we think about the
Well, I
flavor.
would think, yeah, Guar would want something that is a chalice of blood to sacrifice to the demons and overlords of the dinosaur gods. Just something to that extent.
Yeah. All right. So, but as is the case with beer, usually, more you drink, better it tastes.
Yes.
So we will, keep the jury out on that one. We'll see how many of these beers we can murder on this show, and we'll go from there. So, the as a reference before, the Friday the 13th comic book out of Wildstorm Comics was published in 2007. Were there 7 issues? I think.
There were 6 issues of this.
6 issues, and it was authored by Justin Gray and Jimmy Palmiotti, which, Jimmy Palmiotti, very famous comic book author. I can't think of anything offhand that he's done, but I know I've heard the
He's
name.
done Spider-Man, I
Yeah, I
believe,
thought so.
and he's big on Instagram, I know.
He is big on Instagram. Who isn't big on Instagram?
He did Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Done a lot.
Lots of Harley Quinn. Did some Power Girl.
No, overall, really well known doing DC and Marvel.
Yeah, he's done some Wonder Woman. He's done some Batman family stuff. He did some Terminator stuff, some Red Sonja, some Deadpool. That might be where I've heard of him
Yes,
from mostly is
yes,
his Deadpool
Deadpool.
work. But yeah, so he's a very seasoned author for the big two, and he has some of his own private stuff too. Not I have. Oh, he did Countdown to Final Crisis. Interesting.
Were you a countdown to it too?
I was a countdown to it too. What do you know? Yeah, yeah. So, but in addition to Mr. Gray and Mr. Palmiotti, the illustrator is Adam Archer, inker Peter Guzman, colors Johnny Wrench, letters Wes Abbott. Someone named Christy Quinn assisted. Not quite sure what that means, but she assisted. Edited the hell out of by Ben Abernathy, and covers or alternate covers by Ryan Sook and Tim Bradstreet and Grant Goliesh, I think is the way to put it.
I remember Palmiotti. He did the initial run on some of the New Warriors stuff.
Oh, that's right. The early
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
When
him,
they're like, we need more X-Force stuff.
him,
New
him,
Warrior.
and Fabian Nicieza, and yeah,
Mhm.
we're going
Yeah, that
and
makes
Mark
sense.
Bagley. Yeah, he worked on some of that stuff as well.
Well, good for him. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's doing anything now, but
Well, we'll get into what we
yeah.
consider the top 5 highlights. Anyone that's seen Jason Friday the 13th movie knows what happens.
In the story, yeah.
In this comic delivers all the fan service to all that. They don't mess
They don't pull any punches.
They don't mess
Yeah.
with the formula
Yeah.
any. I've told K-Mac I have sat down and I've watched all the Friday the 13th movies in a row.
Mhm.
I believe there are 13 of them, if I remember right, 11 or 12 or 13. Oh no, they haven't got to 13 yet, have they? If I
I don't know.
include Jason versus Freddy, I think they may be.
That may be. Yeah, I don't think I've watched the first. I've watched a whole bunch of them. I know I've watched at least one after Jason Takes Manhattan. I didn't see Jason versus Freddy.
There are 12. There are 12 of them, yes.
12 of them. So they're still waiting on that last one.
Yes.
Nice. Well, what year did the first one come out?
May 1980. That was a big deal, and they followed it up with almost one per year in the 80s afterward.
Yeah.
So they got to.
So it seems like they might be waiting until like 2025 or 2030 to do the 13th one, just to have it on a good anniversary year, maybe.
Well,
Probably
well,
2025.
it depends on the series. So there's 1 through 10 were all the original Jason. Then they did Freddy vs. Jason, and then they did a reboot in 2009.
Oh, like a start from the beginning?
Yeah, which is pretty good. It has the Jared Padalecki from Supernatural in it.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it has Danielle Panabaker, who
Okay.
you know as the Killer Frost
Yeah.
on the Flash TV show.
Yeah.
And more importantly, in that movie, you get to see uh, the a young tatas of a lead singing actress. What I can't remember her name. Let me look at here. Um, but you, from the mid 2000s, there it was. Let me look her up. But yeah, I think this is the last thing she did after she had her one hit song, and
Oh,
then
interesting.
she appeared in this movie and got naked to kind of help keep her movie career going, and it didn't work out.
Didn't catch on.
Willow
Oh, Willa
Ford,
Ford,
yeah,
that's right, yeah, she was a one-hit wonder
yeah,
in the
yes,
mid-90s,
yeah.
yeah, that's right.
And she was a two hit wonder in Friday the 13th in 2009.
Oh,
Yeah,
ba-dum-bum.
it was quite a classic. But just like that, this one kind of picks up with that reboot of telling a story where there's going to be counselors at a camp that don't start disappearing.
Right, or yeah, well, and there's not really much well, so there is some they do inject some mystery into it, which I think is interesting, but if you've ever seen any of the movies, you kind of already obviously know you know what's gonna happen to all of these poor camp counselors, but I think we'll start out by going over the characters and who they are and what their deal is coming through. And they do have a part in this book. I can't find it offhand. I wrote down the page. I'm just not right, where they kind of go through the history
Once you get to
of Crystal
page
Lake.
6, so that's one of my top five. So, a hard thing about telling like a slasher comic, right? You know where it goes. You've seen the movies; they're all the same. How do you keep people interested in reading? How do you do something that's new spin to turn people other than them wanting to see people get killed? Right?
Yeah,
How do you keep the interest? And they did a pretty good job for this, even though it's treaded territory with what Jason does. Like
yeah,
Crystal Lake, he's gonna butcher counselors.
right, right, right. Particularly, he's going to butcher counselors with a lean toward those ones that are maybe getting it on,
Yes,
that are sexually active. Because if you know the story of the first movie, that's how he died. Camp counselors were getting busy, not watching poor Jason swim, and he drowned. Then Jason's mother, you know, goes on a rampage and kills everybody.
and so they do the good part about this is they provide the background of where Crystal Lake comes from, why there's a curse, and they also play up the fact that there's a town nearby where everybody's like, "Don't go there, you stupid kids. We don't go
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Everyone, no one will talk about
no
it.
one
No one
go,
will help them get
no
there.
one goes to Camp Blood. Everybody knows that you should stay
Yeah.
away." And then always there's kids that come by and they get butchered. And there is a quote in I think comic 6, and
Mm.
it is Jason has officially killed, I think it's 180 people.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's right.
So
What was the one Friday the 13th movie where they sent the military out there? That's Jason's Dead, the final
that's Jason
Friday.
Goes to Hell.
Jason Goes to
Yeah,
Hell. All right.
yeah, that was after he went to Manhattan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen that
Yeah,
one.
so
That's when I think I kind of stopped watching because kind of jumped the shark
yeah,
there. Let's just have them keep killing people. Don't send the
they,
military in.
they take him out, and that alludes at the end to Jason versus Freddy. But before they have
Yeah.
Jason versus Freddy, they have an interlude where Jason goes to space in the future, and that's
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. I have to make sure I
And
watch that one.
it is amazing because it's Jason in the future doing what he does on his satellite.
Yeah. What one thing I liked about Jason Takes Manhattan, and that came out in when, like, 1990 or 1991 or so, 89 or something like that. I remember watching it as a kid, and I'm thinking, why is there a gigantic cruise ship on Crystal Lake? Didn't make any sense, but it's so good, so good. But what I also loved about those movies is whatever happened to however they defeated Jason at the end of the movie before is where he is located when the next
Yes,
movie starts. So the cruise ship, like, so Jason's like has like a chain noose around his neck and he's weighted to the bottom of the lake, and the cruise ship comes by and the propeller in the cruise ship like cuts the chain or whatever, sets him free, and he hops on the cruise ship.
yes.
So so I think that's yeah, I like the continuity there. I'm a big continuity buff, but after that I think the continuity kind of stopped.
And that's what I like this one. The top thing, one of the top five things, more Crystal Lake mythology. So it just
Yeah.
continues on with that. Unlike other horror movies where they try to retcon and get rid of things, like with the Halloween movies we've been watching, they try to remember and get rid of stuff. This one, everything that happened before, still in play in the comic. Still,
Right.
they don't. This is fan service. You're going to see butchering kids, and we're going to allude to things. So there's a scene where they show all his kills from certain previous movies, and they're just alluding to them.
Oh, yeah, the drill through the
Yeah.
head and
It,
all
and they
those.
show his mom's head in the refrigerator, which is the beginning of Jason, Friday the 13th Part 2, when he becomes the official killer. And they have the one where he's a little boy, deformed, coming out of the lake from the end of Friday the 13th Part 1.
So in Friday the 13th Part 1, correct me if I'm wrong, my memory might be old. They were teased the whole time. It was being teased that it was him,
Yes.
right? But then it wasn't.
Yes.
And then Friday the 13th Part 2, wasn't it kind of teased that it might be her, but then it was him, or did you know it
No,
was
you
him the
knew
whole
from the
time?
beginning it wasn't, you didn't know it was him, but you knew it wasn't her because her dead head is
Right
decapitated
away, they revealed it in the
and it's in
refrigerator.
the refrigerator of the final girl from the first movie. And then
Oh,
she
okay.
gets killed. That's how it opens. So, like you said, the continuity just keeps going. It just rolls right in, no matter how silly and crazy it is. The previous author or director, they didn't ignore it. They just keep going, and
They just
that's
keep
what
going.
these guys do with this comic, which is great.
Yeah. So let's run through the characters real fast. So probably the main character in this, besides Jason Voorhees, who he, obviously the main character, is a young lady named Sally Thomas, who's blonde lady, seems to have some anxiety issues and
Some mental
some,
issues.
yeah, she's taking some medications, but you're like, so it is definitely teased that all of this might be happening in her head. And Sally arrives to the park with Sasha and Sasha's boyfriend Ryan and Ryan's hippie bearded buddy Brian. Ryan and Brian, interesting. They all arrive together. They meet up with an individual named Trevor Gaines, who has purchased the camp, and his idea is to fix it up, make it a summer camp again, and merchandise the shit out of all the
Make
murders, like
some
sell
money off
T-shirts,
that.
sell hockey
Yeah.
masks. He's recruited two other people, Rico and Alicia, who were from LA looking for, I guess they're looking to get to the East Coast. And there's also a kid he hires to supervise them. He's a tattooed guy named Mike Burns, who's right away interested in Sally. So you're wondering too if he has some ulterior motives. And finally, you got two stoner dudes who are named Jerry and Nate, and they show up late. Why do they show up late? Because they're stoner
Stoners.
dudes. Yeah. Yeah. So that's essentially the main cast. And there's a few other people and a few other things that are involved in the story, but not as much as all of those people. They're the primary cast
Yeah,
members.
and the one with Sally being mentally disturbed and off is actually also an allusion to Friday the 13th Part 2, where the camp is turned over to be a camp for kids with traumatic issues. And there's one
Oh,
girl who
jeez, that's a
sees,
bad
yeah, the
idea.
girl that sees Jason doesn't know if he's real or not because she has mental issues. Yeah.
Oh,
And then your
interesting.
whole time thinking it may be one of the kids mentally deranged and all those good things. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that here. They allude that it could be Brian, that it could be Sally, that it could be Mike. They allude that it could maybe even be who else? One other person, right? Maybe. Maybe you might even think it could be the
Yeah,
rich
that's for
guy.
the other one. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to raise some money on it. That
Trevor Gaines.
he's doing his own version of Hostel.
Yeah. He's
Running kids.
really close.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's that. Top. They go through the mythology, and they reveal to you that the reason Crystal Lake's cursed is there was Indians that occupied the land, and some
Yeah.
shaman came through, and he was kidnapped by some traders who wanted to take over the land and subjugate the Indians, and
Yeah. They murdered
they
him,
murdered
and
him. He cursed him with his last breath, and that spirit roamed around until it found its perfect killing machine vessel in Jason Voorhees, who went on to kill 180 people.
so they do go through that, and they go through, yeah, like the different years when Jason, murdered people, and this year he murdered this many people, and this other year he murdered this many people. But yeah, so they do a good job of trying to stay true to the fact that, like we're gonna rehash some of the things that are in the movies for the fans, but we're not treating this as like a redo or a start over.
But unlike in reality, where Camp Crystal Lake is in New Jersey, this one they
It's
say
in the Midwest somewhere,
well, they
right?
say it's in the Northwest because they allude to the Tillamook Indians.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which like Tillamook cheese, and then yeah,
Hmm.
those. So they allude to it being up in the Oregon, Washington area. But
Because the two of them from
yeah,
California and the other two are from like Portland or
yeah,
something.
that's the one difference. But over the years, yeah, I like that. Yeah, you can move that around. Who cares?
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's not a huge deal.
And they, throughout the book, we'll get to the kills and things, but one of the things is Jason has a soft spot for Sally and tries to turn her into a killer. It looks like at
Yeah,
points.
yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if that's ever happened in the
No,
show. Maybe it has. And obviously this came out in 2007, so we're not spoiling anyone who hasn't read it yet, but like you start to wonder if it is Sally because nobody's seen Jason but Sally. She had an issue in the lake where she almost drowned. It seemed like the spirits of the
all the dead kids over the yard tries to drag her down.
and then so she somehow loses her medicine or her medicine all gets put into the toilet, right? And then Jason comes up behind her and she takes the cover to the toilet and starts beating the shit out of Jason. Seems like she's killed him. Then it turns out to be Brian. Then you're wondering, you begin to wonder, oh no, is this actually, all in her head? The authors do a good job with that. But
So, top all that mythology, all the reference and illusions. Next thing you want from this, of course, is unstoppable Jason.
yes,
And he's unstoppable. He gets shot, slashed,
right.
everything. He keeps on going.
He's like pulling people through windows and yeah, he obviously can't be hurt.
Yes.
So,
and that's what you want from a Jason movie.
Yeah, you do. You want Jason to be unstoppable.
And the next to that 3, you want what? You want this to be an adult so you can see what?
Oh well, every Friday the 13th movie is chock full of nudity, so you get some of that in these comics too. These are definitely adult only comics. We'll just put it that way because you can't be a camp counselor at Crystal Lake and not want to get it on. So you're getting it on, and Jason knows it. And Jason has a radar for that stuff. He's like, someone's getting on in my camp.
I'll go stab you. But so having watched all the Friday the 13th movies and then continue on with the boobies in this one, if any sociology PhD students are out there, all you have to do is watch those and write your PhD on the evolution of the imageography in American cinema of the female form.
Well, like you said, it was every year a movie came out, right?
Yeah. And you can see the changing trends of boobification of movies, zimification of tatas, or whatever you want to say, and write your whole PhD on it, how that's displayed and shown to the American people. And what that would say about the social mores of the time, yes.
Yeah, that's true. Because did it like lessen over time?
No.
Okay, interesting. I always thought it might
But
lessen
the way
over
they
time.
get them revealed and things, yes, that does change.
Oh, interesting.
But it's not a Friday the 13th movie if it doesn't have Jason, doesn't have boobies. And what's the final thing it's got to have?
The final thing it has to have, well, the kills, right? All the murders. All like Jason can take a machete and just stab it right through someone's skull.
Through a window.
Through a
window and then slice somebody in half.
Yeah. Funny. So we were watching the Halloween movies too. And I think there was a part where Michael Myers like killed someone and pulled them through the window and the character watching said, "No one's that strong." And so there's a scene in here where he takes the machete, chops, is her name Sandra or Sasha? Sasha's head in half, and then pulls her right through the window. And one of the guys in the house goes, "No one is that strong." Correct. You got evil power is what's going on.
Well, no, I just didn't skip arm day.
Yeah, that's true.
This is what people don't understand. But, part of the creativity these guys obviously paid attention is like, how can we get more inventive and crazier looking kills with knives and yard instruments and everything? And the most brutal one is the third kill, I think, the one where Mike Burns is changing the car tire. And, and Jason comes up, stabs him, and then puts him underneath the car tire and kicks the jack out. And
splits his head in two. Yeah, that's
a
pretty brutal one.
Brutal.
Yeah, because that's after he kills the stoners and just kind of stabs them through the face and mouth, which is also very brutal. Because one thing they do good, the artist does very well, is displaying what teeth do when you stab people in the mouth or cut their face in half. Like the teeth are all over the place, and it's kind of gross.
I don't know if Adam Archer is mentally disturbed or anything, but he's just student of anatomy, but he does a grisly job of really drawing this. So I think number one, the split head with the car. Number two is the cut through the window, cuts the girl in half.
Yeah.
Number three is he does do archery. Jason loves the archery.
Oh yeah, he does. He gets a couple of archery.
Yeah. He's really good at it.
Yeah.
He shoots people through the eyeballs at like 500 feet.
Right. He
500
does he
yards.
do that
Yes.
twice? I thought so, yeah.
Which having attended camp, did you attend camp, like any summer camps?
No, I never went to a
I went
summer
to Boy
camp.
Scout camp and they teach you
Okay.
archery, and it's not that easy.
No, no, you gotta have a steady
Yes.
hand, and I mean, I imagine Jason Voorhees has a very steady hand.
And having gone to camp, these movies are always disturbing for me to know about because
I
they're
bet.
always so scary. And somebody always brought a hockey mask to scare kids on the
Oh, did
trails at night.
they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes.
terrible.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Always brutally bad. So those are top. And then the final thing I liked is, we kind of already alluded to it, but the big twist
Mhm.
of, who's doing what, who's going to kill, who's killing who. And you think maybe possibly with the big reveal that it is Sally. And then she's the one that's like telling everybody the truth. So she's,
Mhm.
like a Cassandra character, no one's listening to her. And then Jason offers her the machete. She strikes out against him
Yeah.
and she survives and gets away, of course. And then the cops,
At least you think
yeah,
still, because, like, that could still all
yes,
be in her head
yep,
too, but, yeah, the sheriff's interrogating her at the hospital. He thinks that she did everything, and then he turns around and Jason's there, and Jason, cuts off his hand, which is after he gets shot a
yeah,
couple of
yeah, yeah,
times. He gets shot and
full
he's
clip of
laid out.
ammo into him,
Yeah, yeah, and then he gets his hand cut off, and
and
it's
yeah,
certainly not the girl. It's certainly not
and
Sally.
as we learned, Jason will go to New York,
You will.
will go to hell,
Yep.
will go to space. So
We'll go to
why do you
space.
think he would not go to the local hospital in Crystal Lake?
Right, right.
He's gonna do that.
Clearly, this police officer is new to the
Yeah.
area. Like, everyone else in town knows don't go there. There's a raging killer, but he's like, I don't believe it. I think it's this little lady.
Because if he can get to outer space, he clearly has a bus pass.
Yeah,
He's got to get on the 109 and go to downtown and go to the hospital. I mean, come on,
right.
Sally, get your ass moving.
I know. Why is she hanging out there?
And he does eventually get her, and of course puts her in the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
Restores everybody, which is creepy.
Yeah, that is kind of creepy.
But one thing I don't understand though is, they do the one big trope of some people want to run away when they first see him,
Yeah,
and other people want to barricade themselves in the cabin and choose to barricade themselves in the cabin.
right. Never bears out
Yes.
well for the people that barricade themselves in the cabin. I mean, the best thing to do when you're running away from this type of predator, right, is you get in the street and you just keep, like, they're not running
No.
after you, so just get in the street and keep walking straight, because they're just going to be walking straight behind you, and you can just keep a safe
You
distance, maybe run a little
Yeah,
bit.
you get a good
Yeah, I know what
10-minute
you mean.
mile pace going,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's a slow shuffle. He's not
right,
shuffling. He's got big clunky boots on.
right.
You got
Maybe
to
a
get
car
out
will
of
come by and
archery
hit him.
range first. This first. Get out of archery range.
Yeah, get out of archery range. Yeah, keep going, because eventually a car will hit him or
Yeah,
something, and then he'll get to, not that it'll kill him, but it'll distract
yeah.
him,
He'll
and
keep
then you
busy
keep
with that,
going.
and you just
Yeah, yeah. Then you get on the next bus and you get out of
yeah,
town. Make sure he's not on the bus though, because he has a bus
he has his
pass.
bus. Yeah, you better get him. Don't sit in the front. Sit in the back so you can see whoever gets in
Yeah,
the bus. But you just keep your feet shuffling. Don't stop moving. That's my plan.
that's what I would do too. Like you said, we watched some Halloween movies. I would do the same
Yes.
thing. If Michael, any masked character that's chasing you, get into the street
Yeah.
and just keep
They're
walking.
big, strong,
Mhm.
and they move with a walking pace. They're
Yeah,
not going to run. They're not runners.
no,
Not built for
no.
cardio. They're built for power.
Yeah. They're built for
Yes.
endurance, but not runner's
Yeah. They don't
endurance.
have
Yeah,
the. They
you
don't.
can walk
Yes.
forever.
They're not going to compete with the ultra marathoners.
No, and the idea, you have to stay straight too,
Yes.
because they don't know the
Yes.
shortcuts.
Yeah.
They'll catch you. You can't try to trick
No.
them making turns and
Don't go
things.
through buildings.
Nope.
Just
Cut through yards.
yeah. Stay in the open. Get in the middle of the street, like you said. Keep
Yep,
going.
keep going.
If you see a bike, grab that bike.
Start
Start
riding.
biking. Which is
Yeah,
underutilized. Like we haven't seen enough horror movies. Kids are like, oh, the car's broken down. Well, there's got to be bikes.
there should be bikes.
Get on a bike. He ain't slowing down on a bike.
No, it seems pretty straightforward, but if that happened, all the movies would be very short and boring.
Well, it'd all be about Lance Armstrong.
They would be all about Lance Armstrong.
And well, maybe that's what happened to Lance Armstrong because he only has one nut. Maybe
Oh yeah, maybe they got
he
him.
got a nut, and he's like, "Well, I'm going to learn to bike."
Yeah,
And next thing you know, he's winning Tour de France's.
yeah.
Lance Armstrong, if you listen, you can confirm this on the podcast.
Yes. Reach out to us. Let us
If
know.
that's your origin story, we want to hear about it.
Happy to tell it to everyone for you. And I do like how it ends too. Eventually gets all the people, but then, the cycle just repeats itself. There's a realtor there trying to sell Camp Crystal Lake to a developer who's like, I'm going to make this into a relaxing like day spa
Yeah,
or something. And Jason's perched up and arrows through the head. He
yeah.
gone.
But
And then chops the other lady's head in half.
who's the realtor? Which, just confirms everything about a realtor. Even though there's bad mojo there and she knows it, they ain't gonna talk about it. She's still
No.
gonna show up and try to sell the place, even though she'll probably die.
Yeah.
Because that's what realtors will do.
Yeah.
Always be closing, whereas Jason's is always be killing. You got to be careful when those two combine.
Closer's got to
Closer's
close.
got to close.
Miss Sapes is her name, but I don't think that. And he's Mr. Beckett. Interesting. It would have been cool if they had I don't know if that name is part of any other
Well, I think he made his
movie
money, his
lore.
fortune off Beckett Trading Card Magazine.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
for
really
sure.
reading the price guides for sports cards,
Oh yeah.
and he's like, I need to start some,
I need to invest this money somewhere. I
Yes,
can't just keep all this cash under my mattress or my money bin.
indeed. But it worked well as a six-parter. There looks like there was another issue after this, Friday the
Hmm.
13th, Pamela's Tale #1, but I don't know if
Oh
that ever
really?
came out.
Yeah, I was surprised to find that there really weren't very many Friday the 13th comic books.
Well, it's
You
like
would
I said,
think
it's hard to do them, right?
it is hard to do. You're right. It's kind of every movie's kind of the same. Like, what creative ways can we find to kill people? Is really the
Yeah, so
trope.
there is Pamela's Tale. Looks like it's a one shot that came out, a 2-issue comic miniseries
Hmm.
came out after this, and I believe that tells the story of Mrs. Voorhees, right?
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, this is Pamela's story, and then there was
Same team or a different creative team?
a different creative team,
Okay.
and then there's another one, Friday the 13th, How I Spent My Summer Vacation.
I know what you did last
Yes,
summer.
that's what I was
I
going
did.
with. And that was also a 2-issue miniseries by Ellen Storm, and then the one that came that I have not read, but I need to read is Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, maybe we should do that for next year.
Yes,
That'd be fun.
it's a 6-issue book miniseries. So
Yeah. What publisher?
same Wildstorm,
Was that around the same time period as this, like late, like
2007
2010?
to 2008. Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
or no, it wasn't Wildstorm here, was it? It was somebody like that though, but it's on
Okay.
the page
I
here.
wonder if it's free on the library apps.
Yeah.
Oh, she'll do some research.
And
We
there
shall
was a
find
few
out.
more after that. I think it finally ended 2008 when they had Friday the 13th, The Badland, which is the origin story. I think.
Oh, okay, with the Native Americans
Yeah,
and the
or
yeah,
just yeah.
interesting. Yeah, that might be an interesting read, but I don't know if I will
These are
get
all
to it.
2-part series, so they just wanted to keep that
Oh, the Jason versus Freddy versus Ash is just
that
two
one's
two.
six, and
That's
then
six.
all
All right.
the other 13 are just 2-issue things. Yeah, you can't just jam that many.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
In two
yeah.
issues.
There's you need 6 issues of one-liners
Yeah.
on that. Bruce Campbell has to carry that.
Yes. So overall, fun read. If you want to pick up 6 issues for one Friday the 13th when it falls on Halloween to read, we'd recommend just picking this one up and reading it because it's worthwhile.
Yeah, it's a fast, fun read. If you're a fan of these movies, you'll really enjoy this book because it's like we said, it goes right with that theme, and it's enjoyable and it's fast. It's a fast read too. I think I read them all in like 2 nights.
Yes. Flipped right through them, sliced right through them, I should say.
Yeah, cut right through.
Cut. Through half, through a wall with super strength.
Yes. Good stuff. So, what do you think about the beer?
It's okay. It's growing on me a little bit. It's a refreshing beer. It tastes more like a Radler.
That's a good point.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm getting those hints.
yeah,
It tastes like Steel Radler with a little stronger, a little same level of bitterness too. Not for an IPA, it's not as bitter as It's just like that, but it's not as
or like a heavier shandy.
heavier shandy. It's not
Yeah.
really. There's no really IPA notes about it.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not noticing any IPA notes
yeah.
on it.
But overall, if you want to try a blood red orange beer or a rosé red beer,
Yeah, it definitely is. I think a better summer beer than Halloween style beer, even though it has a great Halloween. Like the name obviously kicks ass and it might be the best thing about the beer, but the flavor's not bad either. It's just not seasonal
no.
necessarily for what we were looking
And
for today.
the art is
Oh,
Guari, the Guarin, so
yeah. For
And
sure.
it does brew to the specific gravity of blood. So we're gonna have to research more what that is.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. This is obviously the beer that Jason Voorhees drank.
Yes, when he's sitting around, not murdering.
Don Murder. Yeah, this beer is what is in the lake at Crystal Lake. It's just made of this.
Little kid parts and blood red orange shandy. And it's apropos because people want to go to there summertime. They're gonna want shandy. That's what Jason likes.
Mm-hmm.
Kid of eternal summer.
Yeah. Now, do the Friday the 13th movies all take place on Friday the 13th, or do they just take place whenever?
As far as I know, none of them actually have anything to do with Friday the 13th. I just assume maybe, if I remember right, Jason Voorhees dies on Friday the 13th. But I don't know.
All right. That makes
I can
sense,
never remember one occurring on Friday the 13th. They don't ever allude to it.
because it seems mostly like it's a summer camp thing, right? And they're getting ready for summer camp. People are swimming in the lake.
And I think I've seen the Netflix documentary and the movies that made us or whatever, and they do one in that.
They do.
And I think they just chose it because it sounded scary and spooky. But they were going to just be the camp murderers or something, Blood Lake murders or something like that.
That's right. Yeah.
Similar to Halloween was supposed to be the babysitter murderers.
Oh, is what the name was supposed to be called.
And they decided to put it on Halloween. John Carpenter's like, no, we got to do something a little angle on this. And the producer's like, as long as babysitters get murdered, I'm okay with it. Just do it.
They can get murdered whenever.
Yeah, just make sure their babysitters get murdered.
I gotta see some babysitters getting murdered.
That's what's going to sell. Indeed. Well, if you liked anything and everything you heard here, just send us an email at cbcopodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, do it.
Hit us up at Twitter with your hacks and slash at cbco_podcast. Or send us your favorite gifts and screenshots of Jason Voorhees doing what he does, drinking your favorite beers on Instagram at comicbooks_cold ones.
Yeah, definitely. And don't forget to check out some of our other Boogity Books and Beer-tober episodes. We have, 3 years of them now at this point? So, yeah, we have the Rutland Halloween episode. We have The Werewolf by Moon Knight, which I got to say, a really good episode. We did Wolverine, Lord of the Vampires, The Victorian Undead, Gotham by Midnight, Legion of Monsters. Did we do X-Men vs. Dracula?
No, that was the Wolverine. That was the Wolverine. Yeah, we did. That was Wolverine, Lord of the Vampires, because it covers both the vampire story of how he gets there, and then you also get Punisher, Sorcerer Supreme, and then also Lord of the Vampires during Inferno.
Yeah. So, yeah, check out some of those other episodes. We really enjoyed doing them, and people really seem to like them. So if you haven't heard them yet, check them out. All right. And happy Boogity Beer-tober to everybody.
It's Boogity season to everyone out there.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone.